Is the universe conscious? We don't know. It could be. But here's the thing about consciousness: we are all conscious, aren't we? But we are not conscious of what's happening inside our brain. We are conscious of the external world. So our brain or our mind is a conscious entity. We associate it with our body because it is tied to our body, and we are conscious of what's happening external to our body and external to our mind. We don't know what's happening in our subconscious mind. We don't know what's happening in our neurons in our brain. We don't know what's happening inside our body. We can sense the beating of our heart. We can sense our lungs breathing, and we can sense certain other things. There is some feedback, neurofeedback, etc. But as far as the mind goes, we are conscious of nothing that's happening internal to the mind. So consciousness is projected externally. We are conscious of what's outside of the consciousness. So if our universe were conscious, and if it were similar to our consciousness, then it would be conscious of something external to it, not something internal to it. So in case our universe is conscious, it would not be conscious of us, who are basically organisms living inside the universe. It would only be conscious of what lies external to it. So that would basically work only if there's a multiverse of sorts. So if there are other universes out there, if there are other worlds out there, and if our universe is conscious, then it could conceivably be conscious of what's outside. So maybe we can ask the universe if we can find a way of communicating with it, what's external to it. That's an interesting thought. So the answer is we don't know if it's conscious, but it could be, because if you look at the large scale structure of the universe, at the very large scales, at kiloparsec scales, thousands of light years, then the filamentary structure of the universe, the filaments that comprise these super clusters of galaxies, etc., the structure, the filamentary structure of the universe is exactly the same as the neural structure of our brain. So it does look like the internal structure of a brain. So that's why people have conjectured that the universe could be a conscious organism on its own. The question is that how do thoughts uh, how do thoughts form in this conscious universe? Because in our mind, in our brain, thoughts are believed to be the result of these neural processes, these electrochemical signals that travel between our neurons, and that has a certain speed, right? Now in the universe, we know there's a speed limit, the speed of light. Now it would take hundreds of thousands or even millions or even billions of light years for these thoughts to actually occur, because of the enormous distances that we know exist in the observable universe. So unless there is something like wormholes or traversable wormholes or cosmic strings, etc., that could possibly help the universe think as a consciousness in real time. But it's all hypothetical, it's all conjectural, because we don't know. So to answer in short, maybe it's conscious, but if it is conscious, it may not be conscious of us. It may be conscious of something that lies external to it.